Hello, Jim Steska here, coming to you from Fredericksburg, Virginia with Jim's Fitness Tips. Thanks for joining me. What I'd like to do is ask the question tonight, how much rest when exercising? Okay, I know when I first started exercising, lifting weights especially, I would take quite a bit of rest in between sets and especially in between exercises before I moved on to the next exercise. Okay, I would take a couple minutes usually in between to get plenty of rest. But what I've come to find out, that was the wrong approach. Okay, the best way to exercise with weights especially is to kind of still be out of breath when you move into the next set. Maybe 15-30 seconds at the most. Go ahead and do your next set and keep going. Okay, and then if you're moving on to another exercise, maybe get 30 seconds rest, 45 seconds at the most, and then do that exercise. Okay, and what you do is you burn more calories that way. Okay, and it goes back to the EPOC effect. Okay, excess post-exercise oxygen consumption. It's kind of a mouthful there, but that's a very important concept to understand when exercising. Okay, and that's what I like so much about the Beachbody videos. They have the built-in rest period, the proper rest period in between sets and exercises. Okay, and they don't give you much rest. You're still really, pretty much out of breath before you move on to the next one, and you're like, oh wow, okay, I really don't want to move on, but if I want to keep up, I got to move on. So, and that's the proper way to exercise and get the most out of your exercise in the shortest amount of time. Okay, and that's how you burn more calories during exercise, and you burn more calories while at rest after exercise. Okay, and that's really the proper way to exercise. Now, occasionally I do go to the gym. We have my family does have a Y membership because my youngest daughter swims at the Y. My wife goes there 2 or 3 times a week. So, and I take my son there for Boy Scouts. His Boy Scout meeting is there every Monday night. So maybe once in a while on a Monday night, I'll go into the gym part and get an extra workout. And it always cracks me up how much people are resting in between sets and exercises, and that's what I used to do too. Okay, because I'm kind of laughing at myself when I'm kind of laughing in my mind because I used to do the same thing, and it really is not the right way to exercise. You aren't going to get extremely fit and lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time doing it that way. Okay, and I did find the best way really to make sure you're getting the right amount of rest, a short duration of rest in between sets and exercises, is to follow along in a video and do your best to keep up with them. Now, in the beginning, if you are just starting out and you're following along in these videos, okay, you may have to pause to keep up. I know I did many times. I had to pause to keep up and catch my breath because I just couldn't physically move on to the next set or the next exercise. Okay, and that will happen. Okay, and that's okay. But after a while, you start building more strength, building more endurance, and before you know it, you're able to keep up. And as a matter of fact, there's times now where I find myself where I'm waiting for them. Okay, and that's because I've built up an incredible amount of endurance. I'm in great shape. And have just built up to it just from exercising so much over a long period of time. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. So I just wanted to talk about that. It's kind of an extension of a couple concepts. The EPOC effect I've talked about before, high intensity interval training that I did a video last night on that. Okay, it kind of all ties together where you take short rest periods in between sets and exercises. When doing cardio, I know I get on the bicycle sometimes to do cardio. That's kind of what I do when I go to the Y. I get on the recumbent bike, and I'll do high intensity interval training with short rest periods and high intensity. And what I usually do is either a 40 seconds on with high intensity and a 20-second rest. and I'll do that for 30 minutes. So 30 sets of those, 30 sets of 40-second, very high intensity, fast as I can go at a very high resistance, and then I'll take a 20-second break, and then I'll move on to the next set. Or I'll do 30-30s. I'll do 30 seconds of high intensity, high resistance, and then I'll rest for 30 seconds. Okay, and try that for 30 minutes, and believe me, you burn a lot of calories, and it's a short duration workout. Only have to be there for 30 minutes. And I know from an efficiency standpoint, I'm getting more out of my exercise in 30 minutes than many of the people in that same gym that are there for an hour to an hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours. Okay. And that experts have revealed it, medical doctors have revealed it. Much research has been done on this topic, that high intensity interval training, short rest periods between sets and exercises is the best way to get the best results in the quickest amount of time. I do provide a link below to research the Beachbody products and videos, place an order if you find an exercise program that you want to try out. I do highly recommend the Les Mills Combat that I'm doing now, along with the Les Mills Pump program. The more and more I do it, I realize that even beginners can begin with these programs and get a lot out of them and have a lot of fun. Okay, so may God bless you with excellent health, and have a great day. Bye.